Aha, yemo kwa bado Adom TV, Premtobre Kasee so. We some see na brason so tibie, sa Adom TV Kasee. And some of those on the Toja Mobia Obertini. Make us say appointment committee or brush with a few more Akunyum Justice Paul Bafuboni. And they do sono na yashe. A real dear, that is or no any Chief Justice no. Yet the hon some no ever bro. Yes, any more say Yame Aya Adoma or May Yensika someone to year 2026 in Diano for to send in the Barbato a journal or software free as here Takradi Drum on the phone so dim committee dear air coso. Abaina Giatumo say Abaya Jumaya 4 how much more and Kuno Yadiakan one market to your home. A single spine salary structure no emo ye see afifu from wa sansemi agudie ka ho bi man so ne adigede ye de bro sa Adom TV Premtobre Kasee share live on Facebook/Adom TV Extra Go TV 119 DSTV 280 uko YouTube search Adom TV Tube na kwa adomonline.com and semi ne semafufuro bi e wo ho medi afia amankwa tamaklo. Yada say yamwakwaba aha eye wo Akan TV station of the year. Yada Kasee ne shase wo Parliament House. Me Kasee appointment committee not to one madwampanifo aye krado. Me Kasee kra no eye Paul Bafuboni acting Chief Justice ye toto na no na ya hwe bibia wiemu die dia na just obey o main Chief Justice de koso ho yenko homra.
Chairman, first of all, the majority leader is clearly acting in bad faith, seeking to obstruct the rather peaceful processes we have started, and as it were, try to use his numbers to intimidate. Let me ask, the rule he relied on has to do with debates on the floor of the House. There are dark clouds indeed in this country where freedom of speech by mere operation of a supermajority, you cannot even as a member of parliament make your comment. I am not moving a motion. I am not debating. Please, Chairman, the rule he relied upon. This situation where people move from here and there to create confusion and create their own jurisprudence must come to an end with respect. Interruption of debate. That is, if you go to page 70 or the 122, the title, the subtitles, interruption of debate. Debate may be interrupted by a point of order. And then he says that I am debating. Who is debating here? Mr. Chairman, if the majority leader has anything to say in opposition to my opening remarks, he has a right bona fide as a leader of government business and as a leader of the House to also state his submission. I have seen him with his written submission, be it for his opening remarks or see that to you as a chair of the committee to read it for answer. But this process where, as it were, try to use it to deny you, don't say this. So every line that I read, he will censor it and say, you use this word. Mr. Chairman, we are not going to make any progress with that. Again, the 1, 2, 3 that he relies upon. He says that the conduct of the Speaker, the Chief Justice, members and Justice of the Superior Court of Judicature shall not be raised in Parliament except upon a substantive motion. With the greatest respect, I have I raised any issue that is situated within the context of 123.7 to warrant this so-called objection? Chairman.
Honorable members, can we have some order?
Chairman.
Honorable members, can we have some order and listen to the minority leader in silence?
Chairman, we are here to discharge a civic duty and responsibility. We are political actors who have our political views on matters of national interest. The matters giving rise to the nomination is purely political, and every Ghanaian adult knows this. Your side raised it as a political issue during the campaign. You are going to remove Justice Tokono as Chief Justice, and that has happened. If in my statement I contextualize to say that disputed nominee, it is our view we hold as a minority caucus. We have to express it. And that is why I added by saying that this should be a moment of national pride and institutional renewal. Instead, it has become a test of whether Ghana's judiciary will remain independent or fall under executive and political control. Can't I have these bona fides also that have to be obstructed by the majority leader when you have every unfettered right to raise your issues? Chairman, humbly, please control proceedings. Please take charge. Let our respected leader of government business understand that after speaking, after making my comment known on behalf of the minority, he can seek your leave to also make his opening remarks. By the way, by way of conclusion, this is not the first time a leader in the minority is having this opportunity to make opening remarks. It predates me. From J.H. Mensah's era, he and J.H. Owusu Achampong, all the way to Alban Bagwin, MP for Naudole Kalio, and minority leader as he then was. The videos are there. Hansard is there. The Honorable Bagwin had unfettered opportunity to make his political statement on behalf of the minority, and they were not stopped on point of order. It got to Chairman Sabonsu, it got to Harun Edrusu, and recently, my own respected colleague, Dr. Kasee Atufose. The records are there. Let's not create a certain impression as if all it is you are majority, so we cannot even say a word. We must have our rights. These are our rights. We will state them, and you would also have the opportunity to state them for the record. Please, let us have some more.
Honorable Minority Leader, your point is made. Yes, you have listened to the response.
Right, Honorable.
Honorable members, it's not every issue that will necessarily call for the chair making a ruling. But honorable members are indicated as a preliminary issue that let us all operate within the rules. Honorable members, may I add that we need to also observe the principle of brevity. Yes, what do you have to say?
Chairman, if you read rule 1233, where in the opinion of the speaker, the words of a member used in a speech, and it doesn't matter whether the speech is at plenary or at committee, a speech is a speech in Parliament. So where in the opinion of the speaker, the words of a member used in a speech are offensive, abusive, insulting, blasphemous, or unbecoming, impute improper motives, or impugns the integrity of a member or any other person. Any other person. The Speaker may order that the member withdraws those words or withdraw and apologize. Mr. Speaker, when we came into this chamber, this committee meeting room, and you started, you referred to the nominee as Chief Justice. When you referred to the nominee as Chief Justice, the minority objected to the reference to the nominee as Chief Justice and said that he is not a Chief Justice, he is a nominee to the post of Chief Justice, and so you must refer to him appropriately. Or acting Chief Justice, because he's also an acting Chief Justice. And an acting Chief Justice is a Chief Justice. Now, he has referred to the nominee as a disputed nominee. Disputed nominee. Disputed nominee. You are in court what? Are you in court litigating his nomination? No. Are you in court disputing his nomination? You are not in court challenging his nomination. So to the extent that you are not in court challenging his nomination, there is no dispute about his nomination. If there is a dispute about some other action. So you have no right to look him in the face here before this committee and refer to him as a disputed nominee and expect me to sit here and not respond. So, Mr. Chairman, pursuant to our own rules, he has to withdraw and apologize to him for referring to him as a disputed nominee when he is not a disputed nominee.
Chairman, let me.
Honourable members.
Chairman, he has had 2 opportunities to make a point. Let me respond to
Honourable members, Honourable Minority Leader, listen to what I will have to say. Okay. Please proceed and raise your issue. Avoid the use of disputed Chief Justice. Once I do not have a right to refer to him as a Chief Justice, but Chief Justice nominee, let us all observe that rule and refer to him as such.
Let me be unequivocally clear. The minority in Parliament objects to and unequivocally condemns the coordinated campaign to subjudicate Ghana's judiciary to political domination. Chairman, the facts speak for themselves.
I object again. I object again.
On the 22nd
I object again.
April,
I object again, Chairman.
On 22nd of April,
I object again.
2025.
Chairman, I object again. I object.
Honourable members, I think at this particular point, I must place on record that I have admonished that we should all operate within the ambit of the law. Honourable Minority Leader, be guided by Order 103D, and then let's make progress. And Order 103D, if I may read, to serve as a guide to all of us. It states that a motion shall relate to a definite issue and not revive the consideration of a matter which had been considered in the same meeting unless new matters have arisen. Honourable members, by necessary implication, whether a motion or not, the principles of res judicata will not permit us that a matter that has been raised on the floor resolved to its finality would be permitted to be raised at a committee meeting. So, Honourable Minority Leader, refrain from anything that is relating to sub judice rules and let's make progress, with all due respect. Because Speaker has dealt with this matter, I have also personally dealt partly with this particular matter, with all due respect.
Chairman, the facts speak for themselves. On April 22nd, 2025, Chief Justice Gertrude Araba Isaba Tokonu was suspended as a result of a prima facie determination by the Council of State as contained in the public announcement made by the executive. We, the minority, hold the view that the subsequent committee that was set up under the chairmanship of His Lordship Gabriel Scott Poama to trial the Chief Justice amounted to a travesty of justice.
Chairman.
The removal
our rules are clearly offended. Our rules are clearly offended because the rules I just read clearly offended.
But
The rules clearly are offended. Chairman, the rules say that the conduct of the speaker, the Chief Justice, members and justices of the Superior Court of Judicature shall not be raised in Parliament except on a substantive motion. He has just raised the question of the conduct of a Supreme Court judge who chaired the committee. And he describes it and the conduct and what the justice did as a travesty of justice. He has raised the conduct of that judge. He has. And the rules are clear. And I can assure you that I will not allow you to breach any inch of the rules today. No inch of the rules will I allow you to breach.
Let me respond to him. Chairman, let me respond to him. Chairman, let me respond to him.
This is a very unacceptable conduct.
Yes, Honourable Minority Leader, you have the floor.
Mr. Chairman.
They should go and address the press. They should go and address the press and stop this circumstance.
Honourable members, order. Honourable Uman, order.
Mr. Chairman, let me make these preliminary comments before I address.
In response to...
Yes, before I address, I've made an observation. The learned Attorney General knows how much I respect him. He knows how much I respect him. And this must be reciprocated by him. When the respected learned Mahama Yarga, leader of government business, was raising his objection, I remained quiet to listen to him because I know that decency requires that we listen to each other in silence. We are lawyers, and in the East, we must demonstrate that practice in Adaba for people to know that we listen and respond. So please, unless there is another plan that I don't know, but whatever that is happening today, history is watching. Now let me respond to my respected colleague, the majority leader. Chairman, it is his contention that my reference to the committee's work amount to attacking the conduct of its chair. With the greatest respect, I need to be listened to, and he has to pay attention to language as used in context. For the avoidance of doubt, I am repeating that the minority holds the view that the committee's work resulting in the removal of Her Ladyship, the Chief Justice, amount to travesty of justice. It is a view we hold. It does not offend Order 1237. Order 1237, with avoidance of doubt, provides the conduct of the Speaker, the Chief Justice, members of Parliament, the Chief Justice, and Superior Court Justice of Judicature shall not be raised in Parliament except a substantive motion. Now, the distinction must be made. Respected Ayarga, please, bear with me. I've listened to you. The distinctions must be made. Your work in the regular official duties and a critique thereto must be distinguished from personal conduct that one would consider as misbehavior or stated misbehavior. I am not, with the greatest respect, impugning the person of the reputation of my Lord Puaman, who I voted for under the influence of Honorable K.T. Amon. When all the odds were against him, I have nothing personal against him. Because even where there were personal issues that people were attacking his reputation, I was one of the few who stood.
Mr. Chairman.
So I'm not here to attack him.
Mr. Chairman.
And he knows I won't attack him. I am, the caucus is talking about, please, Honorable Ayarga, let me finish. You were allowed to make your point.
Yes, but Honorable Minority Leader, just be brief.
Very well. The committee's work is what we are expressing an opinion on. And we are using very civil language to say that what it did amount to travesty of justice. It's as simple as that. So let me proceed. Chairman, unless the majority leader intends to frustrate everything that the minority has to say by way of its opinion, when did Parliament reduce to this? When you have the right to say your own, you are the leader of the House, you have unfettered right to rebut. That is the debate we even have on the floor. When there's a debate, you take note. Where you think you disagree, when it gets your turn, you should also say that the committee's work did not amount to travesty of justice. Simplicity. But this issue of one line, point of order, next line, you are marking, don't say this, don't say that. Where are we heading to? The judiciary criticizes the government and members of the public where they disagree in their ruling. We
Honorable Minority Leader, kindly conclude for me.
The work of even
Please
the
conclude for
judiciary.
me. Conclude
So
for me.
I beg you, leader.
Conclude.
We all agree, Chairman. You
Conclude.
know.
Conclude.
Right. So let me proceed.
Honorable members, I have listened to the majority leader.
Travesty of justice is now.
I have listened to the minority leader. Honorable members, we should be guided by the principles that if there is an issue on the floor of Parliament which has got to do with another who may not have the opportunity to respond to it, such a thing should not be made on the floor. Now, though Justice Gabriel Poma is here in person, at no point will he have the opportunity of responding to any issue raised about him. None of the committee members will have the opportunity here and then to make comment. Therefore, for you jumping into a conclusion to say that their reports amount to a travesty of justice without any of them having the opportunity to respond offends our rules. I will consequently order that anything in relating to the committee and Justice Poma should be expunged from our record. That is my ruling. Kindly proceed.
Chairman, let me protest the rather unacceptable, consistent attempt by the majority leader to obstruct our side's remarks in this process. I know he's your leader, but Chairman, this is unacceptable. That said, I will proceed. Yeah. We hold a view that the removal of Her Ladyship Justice Gertrude Araba Isaba Tokonu was cloaked in some opaque circumstances unacceptable to the jurisprudence of our country.
Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Speaker, Mr.
Chairman. Honorable Minority Leader, you know the rudiment of the game. If you don't want interruptions, let's go by the rules. Other than that,
the acting Chief Justice, Paul Abofu Boni, yenya kran to na no asem na yete minority majority and a chair and my parliament's committee no yete wo munkan yem komra na yeba yebetwaso. Yawakwa bayeda say so Adom TV Premtobre Kasee no nti yemfiri mrahye fie na yentoa yensem no eso men yen photo sending hura to force and ye hwe ni mo so men yen sikasam toto ye 2026 de no wode ebebreye na ansampo na ebeba no bafri ase abawura dwam ai ne taprade no kopie ye ne adwadefo yi di nkomo ahwe ne ekọ.
Edaya wada na so afọ hwiskasem so Dr. Kasee la to force me komrahye bedwam na ode akomasika ho amanebo abomrahye bedwafo ne Ghana fo nyina na ansa kora ne no beba no nti eno ate asim ewo atoye mantem ho a okopiem ewo takra de dwakasiem ho a oni adwadifo ma ewo ho akoto kese ebisabusa won hawa wo mu efam ne nuema osusu se wonum edi wura akomasika ne mu a ebeboa mu ndwumadi akona no mu na o kire se adwadifo no ani age pa se afedi wo mo hwa sikasem ahyase ejina ne naso a ebinum o kire se enema bo nso ekofom pa yese we eka aban enuoma a woye ho sene be ya fimpimienu ne aduanu nsi akon masika no Ghana fo hu bebo mo bie na wo hawo no ade so anyina so ebekom na ban atumi aso ano ama wo
de yem papa le ye bia yehu yete na yesra nyame no ma na honde no ntumi nyamo nsi ne dam na mom ska no mbrakom ska no na mbrakom na bribia oh yen se dole ya Stefano odu bebi no dem ka ye chesi na yen sankan fisa nyame na adom yen papa be yen kan no mela no di ye on san so mbrakom kata na eja ayen so ye tintini yen yedan yen tumonto na yen yebi hwa yen nyame nshira
Aban agye atomo se aban adwumayefo won marketua no yentumo hamu nchemu enkono ye no share single spine salary structure no asia we no 2026 ebeshase
ahini mebuso me da to so nkro afei mu na aban ene adwumayefo ana musifo akwatena ase a wonom de won sahye nkrata ase kire sa fimpimienu ene adunu nsia ye ba besimoi wo mu eto aban adwumayefo akatue mu wo mabupan enkono ya eno ene yewode ba beka wona katue ewo dada no so afo hwiskasem so Dr. Kasee la to forcing ene de abasobo ama adwumayefo nyina se wonom ene aban edi ne yie na wo mate ase se ntumu aban peso wode ba no wonom agye atum na wo kire se aban ayekrado pa se wode nhye egu akwam sene beya sikasem begina ne naso na adwumayefo asetena mu nso ebekoyie pa pani kwanchefo da Fair Wages and Salaries Commissioner no Dr. George Smith Graham enso ede aseda PCA ma adwumayefo nkabom ku se wo mo so egina aban achi na nhye aban ye se o mezi kasem begina ne naso no wo mu ate ase na saa entumu no wono magye ne krakra mu ena twetwofo ede adwumayefo nkabom ku Judicial ansa enso ede atodwa se adwumayefo ate ase se sikai wo mbegye atum wompo enti so maye ne saa de aban so nyana famu de se omfa etuo foforo bia emma ya sa sika wo mu ba benya no eba be sei no kra
ye to Premtobre Kasee no so kwasi adagya ye to kintampo edwano emu no ne impenufo bi akasa MC Nadmo penufo susu se obi na ehye kire ya wodi gya no etom
Enam ejema no muso wakintampo enam so ma manfo ne manyina ehye dwurebe a onsika mpempem de ene ahwere wono mu ena abankrachipeni wakintampo Isaac Donko ene de tudwa se wono de wususu passe kuntuna sinema bi ekoso ne nam so ama ejayi ema ne musutimi ehye ne ma entise winti ene wono mu ede tumpanyifo ene mu se adaroma wono mu hyiase na hwehwemu ahodo wono mu fanhyehyɛ so mompasem no epomesibire sanse wono mu adwene ho a enya de se wote ase
Oni yaba bi hu no anopai ewo ha no mo no na ne yebetimi aka na nimonimu ya ne se yankopon enhye mode nyame na enhye mode ne asi no asi awie sisi ya me no ejina hoyi ba ne aka ne se yebenya akoma na yasom ha na aba no e ma ye ni akire fa ye frene se etua na mo bia emoaye sebi nipa ene pa japade se enkwa e wo honom ahode wo honom a obetini anya ya se afei sisia amene o e kasai bigidi se e very unfortunate se obre pa japade a be ku se ne mo abre api na ja aba be shidi nyina Nadmo director woman tamnimu Isaac Lampo and they also did to just say
into the municipal director of Nadmo aware Asia or the municipal chief executive ne fire service or mabaha and send our report to mammy me will teach my na me run to the sea maybe I just the wundia I happen maybe you will say nipa bonifo na I say wamushi grano na moa mu kasangasa kurampo no mo akoho akohu se omageda robbers no mu di ahoma bi asoku no with some oil and I'm telling you forensic expert in no meet me identify the type of oil or mudi ye you know into omo ye no two places nyame chade saade na ntimi anya dan a happen na ka kintampo marketing nyina ye dan a hye
Ghana Institute of Foresters na one more Kasee omuchiremu essential fufuro bi aban no de eba eye LI 2501 no se woni mu antase nkitawudi ahodo ankokọ okoso ewo wona esefata mu edia omompene ne empene china emobi mese yakwaye emu ensem Kasee no ediache
Ghana Institute of Foresters wonshiemu afibia oshiemu no yotoso aduonu enwotwe akoso ewasante mantem ama mpanyifo a wamantem dunsia abehyiemu atoato adwene na wonsenkae mu na wodi etudwase woman akwaye be empem ahanan ya kyerese ensase ahodo galamsefo ase no eno na wonya entie bi se aban no pese emra eye LI 2501 woye enhyehyeye wom enamsaye semwe so ema ekoni panyi eye Dr. Intoma Abubakar woni Adom Kasee abonkomo opotokasem
So if they repeal, what are they bringing on board? They are suggesting that, or they are saying that they are bringing LI 2501. Have stakeholders been consulted to put their inputs? So GIF is saying that once they do it, implement it, and we read through, and it's not in tandem with our mandate, we will resist fiercely, like wounded lioness.
Enwachi ena Dr. Hig Brown wano chief executive Edma Forestry Commission echiri say erekamia say akadia beboama mabruno abo forest ne ho ban na nya de so mu bi ne so no won bebo ho mode etimi aboa.
So we are looking at a situation where the Forestry Commission will transition from a purely civilian institution to become a paramilitary institution, so that we can be able to equip our men adequately to confront the current challenges. Because currently, a forest guard typically goes to the forest with a cutlass. How do you go to a war like this carrying cutlasses when these people are carrying assault rifles and pump action? You know, we have a rapid response team, but that's also limited.
Yet also na Judicial Training Institute, ejumekuo ya one more ena ye emra ene a lawyer for won ensensem wom kuo no ene won identity ahodo bi ama nanano matna nkonya ya won mu otimantam ne mo sebe won bete ne ma sensase ho nsem mansotwe no ne ade won bete ase enti odo won afa entity
Judicial Training Institute ene ede workshop ya hyehyso ede afa ensase to ho enye no nko asanso ena afei ekwan a empenyimfo bitumi afa so na wentwi ahodo wo no mu entimu osiesie we woye ede manana no hemfo ene abahema wono mu ewo timantam no emu na we ena bra deputy director de Judicial Training Institute Premtobre Kasee ekasa ede to dwase ni sanchecha wode manana no mu eyade eba beboa wono mu pa ewa kone asanyina so sene be ya wono mu so bitumi ate emrano ase edifa sa nema huru a wode wono mu efantiti mu no eho
time jumadi chi eyese Judicial Training Institute ene ahemfo na ewo oti region no ebeba together na Judicial Training Institute a church mumra efa ahemfo nsensem ho sadia omobe ya omobe ka omonsem enkofa nsem bebre emba mostly on asase issues eno ntina ye ba ye say ye ne omobe ye baako ya fefe ye judges so omomekere omade
ehona president de oti Regional House of Chiefs Nana Soglu alotoso enan enso ekirese eni workshop yi abo no mo ama wonimdie onye bi ede aka ho ede afa ekwan obefa so ede di wono mu enwuma
ena edwumadie no edwuma nka se nananom dadaada sa adishia se mran so sesa constitution ayo se Ghana constitution be asesa enti me lawyer who say if you so House of Chiefs and say lawyers amoboa enti me lawyer da adwumi ba say enti na yempe sika na say workshop bi so enti enti ebo anti penfo menu bi boaye papa Bank of Ghana boaye and the National Petroleum Authority boaye no maye because sponsorship yes that program way okay da munyina ase
kana Ghana mampani abedi akire ye ne na nida kwan so betu franka men pipi amanyoko ye Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia na wakasa atia enipa bi a won mo pre mampani de bia wo party no mu se oye hokwo na wabamu ene nsem bia omkeka fa no ho no o kyerem se no kura bia enimu na no so entumemwa emfa nkabomo ema party nim
kane mampani abedi akire Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia eguso bonto a otimantemu a ohia esi ahene na etu ahenefo na wode ne swade hunu ato wanim asasere won bia so ma na kwan na wonto amanyuko ne franka de to so mienu afimpi mienu ne aduonu nwatwe abato na bro kopi akan abato mpesua so ene ode atodwa se won ma woye ne se oye hoho ene akwa ewa mpipi amanyuko no mu no e kama ye se wo monti amanyuko no abakwasemase ono ne papa mumu ne Bawumia na woka won mu a wo de Northern People's Party eba ebeka UP amanyuko no ho ene ababaye MPP no eno da nchen a wono amu so baaye no abesom amanyuko no mfrinhia dunson wa kwanu ase bebre so eno nti wono ma wakasa no wonyai na ompre amanyuko no ne mpuntuo ne nkankromom no nyai se wo mu eye yipamu no
nkrofo bi omonenam omose Dr. Bawumia oba adaben semwati oba adaben na ono yede ne baaye ye ne baaye se ombe ye akwa na wewie ne juma enti onko semwati sa asem no semwati sa asem no omo amoka sa asem no omunti ye party abakosem ase omunti na ase
eno akire ena account abato mpesua no dwemtene de ma MPP amanyuko no awa Rabiu ebo Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia abaso pa se afimpi mienu ne aduonu na abato na ankoyi no kwane ofa so gitum ne entemu eyeye no eboa pa mo men asomdwe efa no ntuma pefraye no nti eno ne na pamfo ebeka bom na omo ata na chi de etoso mienu bepombo so me de etoso aduasa ba akon afi bisima abato nim
wosi ne Ghana for pe no ana ne nyankopon pe no ene na enye ho nti wuji nkugo no etumu ema Ghana yanye yasunjwe.
Executive Chairman Dema Ghana Link Network Services here Dr. Nick Jaydan so ne ya make say wa nyame so ade Bauleshi Presbyterian School no akoma ward more toilet and watching so playground ewo East Legon African School Sanitation Foundation and na mo so a one day adi surgery.
Executive Chairman de Ghana Link Network Services Dr. Nick Ejidan so eni ayanyame so ade a ejanan bia bia wo Bawalishi Presbyterian School akwa sisi de ama wono mo obi ye nye no nko a playground foforo kran so wasibi ewo East Lugona we wonam wono mo African School Sanitation Foundation so enede ye na sa enima hodo a waye nyina bebo ahwese ahonede wonsem ebetumi ejane na so pa ewo sunyafo no akyekyerefo entema enye no nko a be ya wono mo esi obetumi di edi agro so betumi aboa ama esuafui wono atimatene wono mpumu emrano ewodwime duwer hyehyɛ so Dr. Dansori ne meyi emampanyimfo ena do to dwan yehu hia se eni ahonede wonsem amanfo befa no adehia pai sanse onipa de se wo nkwa na wo ade na ahonede so nsem ade baako a etumi bo ama nipa ya pomodin etumi ekonkan sa African School Sanitation Foundation eka no asemi eyedwumeku bi anhya ban asia ombota nyina ne se obekusuku ahodo mu no aboa wono mu ewo enema baako mienu bi a wono mu ehia efa na ahonede nsem ho se ne be ya ebetumi abomu apomodin nsem so ejina brane eho ena mpanyimfo so ebo Dr. Danso abaso ewo eni ne bota ahodo esi ne so a wode hwese suku ahodo ewo mayimu obetumi aso wono mu asene ewo nema wono mu ehia emu
du sono ya Adom trotro nura rahosem bisi wa chemotampotamo ho bia de Abofu wiechire dedufo nema dodo no ahye ade achi prince usasie do akopiem ho ehwede ekoso usuti enka yentio
Judicial na anoda ehye womanfo containers ewo Abofu no ene yebepiem ewo ha no yehu se enim ha Electricity Company of Ghana ECG fo womo nso ede nade egu form A2 form wo hwe eye edue ya hu se eja no ebi eka eye edua no eti ye ogidie pa se de omo ye womo pese womo tu eye edua no electric pole no efi ho na womo transfer na mo hwe shops e wo ho no aha ene ja no etom a ehye dwrebe mu niema eno no aha na womo ton eye curtains ho niema ena mo hu se ahye egu form ho no store eno nso eto aso no na omoton eye disposables eye caps ene enuane eho niema ana eno nso eto aso no womanfo ewa ha no ekire a wo mususu se maame baako wode enkwan esi eja so ekwa asori na ne refi ye eni se obae no na eja no atre akọ shops awodo yebedu an ehu se womanfo etwe eye drinks efi eye container bakumu ede eko eja mehu se drinks mu twifi container ni na drinks mu de kwan
mpacho ya de be fie he ya na de ba e ka ba ne de ye ka kutio
eti we mu kono ma na
da bia no
no mo bola ka we amudegum
ye wi afi ne ye sansa ko pe bola fu sika sansa wa se gum e ka ba ne de ye ka kutio o ti ese mo tumi buan kaka
mo mfa ye hu bola ka wa amude kogu store for odan mu gidie be na chese mo nkono ma na muni
o bola ka ne mo ma afre bola ka na e ba ti bibia be ba
kodi
da ye ne ya li se problem o ye ndi kura ni ye ne ya li
anse anu akase babo nko na anse tinyame wo tumi
all right na o share mami ni mami nkasa o shop ha na madam o shop ha
shop ni ha sister no ya ne wa ha na ha nso ne yeto ade enti no kwa nyame anim ni asami de ya yie ya enti yati ye no na wo say ye nyina ya sympathizers na ye nyina ne ye nua no na de arewo say wa wo foforo a wo fie na asam
nti Adom trotro no prince wo so sie do de aka no de bebreye kase ahodo mo de du so no Premtobre Kasee Kasee do wadi aykrado mo akwa be na me Adom a me do I ready
yes and so takrade for Kasee ye ba ho ye kodi mo den ano be den papa
feature ko boboma sabia
nankan ano den a takrade be ye den tenka ba weekend ano be den papa tunim toa shine otadi
and no kinkin say ya na say omo
kinkin no amfa o amfa ba mo so mo ntiase ba do tiase wan tiase ayeka
yes ye
eka
so one ye na nye twam nkosi hwe
so so obde wa wini na
antam peka sabia metema koma nti fabu all the way yakwaba Kasee do body etwaso
Right, for that, Gafson, I was here, Mohammed Kwab, Master, William, some, and I did browse, Premtobre Kasee. Now, a fair be hangover until 50 weekend neighbor and still lots of folk fans need in Tiomase. Sir, one more Tiom Wase, almost saw more go, no, go at a second 1-1, still fat and a one. Hey, Koroko fans, so dear, just almost he has a vocal for he. As I support you, one some bear and numerology, some on a best and so forth, some on a best. Hey! And not the stadium one years and get to. But if you know, those are the Amunyasa. If you are fans, I sabi you would gene muno. Dance no. Obia must show be urono. Mama dance. Mama dance. Hey! What? Che otimu wini a ukita kosua na wudi asa o twananum na mo say fu san de kosua he wa ma me nyina so me nya mo fa me sese fia ma kwata makure na on to aso time na anwene sin de ma nya mu aba hadwen ti me sese to aso me ni kedwa na nkasa Erika sie dubodi
Menya no so na Adom TV Premtobre Kasee no yem fancy asada yo dia mrani adaje a wode ma yenti yeda team no so ase medi afia amankwa tamaklo bra dwumadie no hyase won Ishra FM edase